The Bean, baby! Once again, baby. Once a motherfucking again, the Bean is up in this bitch. Hope all y'all out there for real, bro. Hope all y'all out there having a good Sunday, man. Like I told you, every Sunday, I'll be back. Every motherfucking Sunday, bro, I'm gonna drop these reaction videos. This just reaction video number motherfucking 2. I hope y'all went and seen that More Than One GOAT podcast episode motherfucking 2 about that motherfucking WWE shit. For real, bro. We're gonna keep this thing going. We're gonna keep it rolling. We're gonna keep it going. Don't stop. Keep motherfucking going. So y'all just keep fucking with me, man. Hope y'all enjoy yourself today, having a good day. If not, maybe this video will make you feel better. Or it might make you feel worse, because you know I be watching that crazy shit in the day. Just like, oh, your boy Mr. Ballin'. That boy Mike. That boy Mike from that chapter. He serious too, man. He tells some crazy ass story. Like, his shit be stupid too, but it's so enjoyable to watch to me, man. I hope y'all enjoying watching the shit like I am, man. So we gonna get into this story that chapter got from your boy Mike, and it's called Matthew Hoffman in His House of Leaves. In his house of leaves? What the fuck you doing with leaves? I don't know. But I'm excited to see. I hope y'all excited. Hope you got your shit ready. You see I just cracked open that bud eye. Got my motherfucking blunt. Got my motherfucking vape. I'm ready to go, man. Y'all ready to go, man? Let's get into this shit. Let's do it.
Hey you, and welcome. My name is...
Hold up. I'm sorry. Hold up. I got to check some. Okay, we good. We good. That's your boy Mike. See what you got to talk about.
Mike, and in this old video, we are, we're talking about a few things, as we usually do. 1, we're talking about a guy named Matthew Hoffman. 2, his obsession with trees. And then 3, his house of leaves. It's as weird as it sounds. So in this video, I'm going to be talking about tree, and also trees, and it's going to be a lot of fun because you're not going to know which. I feel like we should just use this video as a cleanse. Just get it out of our system, okay? But first, we gotta get in. This story is very bizarre. I mean, come on. It's set in Ohio. It starts with a shocking disappearance, followed by a shocking discovery. So let's give it a go.
Let's give it a go!
This story takes us in and around the small city of Mount Vernon, Ohio. City motto, one of Ohio's most likable communities, which is oddly self-deprecating. We're not even the most likable, you know, just kinda likable. I dig it. It is host to almost 17,000 people, and it's an hour northeast of state capital Columbus. Not a whole lot you can find there you can't find elsewhere, other than this story. There's a lot of parks, greens, and a low crime rate. Which means though that, you know, when a crime does occur, judging from the stories I've told, that crime is gonna be weird as shit, and you bet your ass. It's a perfectly fine, unremarkable, small town in the Midwest. This story is anything but, beginning on the 10th of November 2010. The weather around that time of the year is crisp. The last of the autumn leaves are still hanging on for dear life before being swept away by the winter winds and cold ass snow. It was near Mount Vernon that Tina Rose Herman lived. 32 years old, single mother, she lived with her 2 children. Outgoing and happy-go-lucky Sarah Maynard, 13 years old, and shy, quiet Cody Maynard, 10 years old. Her 2 children were fathered by Larry, but Larry and Tina could never make it work. And so the children lived with their mother at 481 King Beach Drive. At the time she was actually dating a guy named Greg, but that relationship was on the rocks and looked to be soon sundered. Now, they lived in the Mount Vernon suburb of Howard, less than a 20-minute drive away, near the banks of the Apple Valley Lake. They weren't planning on living there much longer. Tina, she wanted an apartment closer to work, but it would do just fine and dandy for now. Tina, she worked at the Dairy Queen in Mount Vernon. She'd been working there for years, and she was due to... It's that old cliche of,
it started like any other day.
It's that cliche. On the 10th of November, she was due to start her shift at about 4 p.m. It wasn't like any other day, and she didn't. Tina Herman, you know, when she was supposed to be in work later on that afternoon, well, she never showed up. She would usually go to work not long after her children came home from school. The manager at the Dairy Queen, unable to contact the reliable Tina, called 911 to do a welfare check that day.
One of my employees did not show up for work this afternoon at 4 o'clock.
Okay.
Which is totally uncharacteristic of her. I'm very concerned about her.
What's her name?
Her name is Tina Herman.
So the police rocked up to the house on King Beach Drive at about 7:30 p.m. Knocked on the door, no answer and no lights, so they presumed nobody home. And so the police left, you know, assuming they'd probably gone out of town, just were off somewhere. Whatever. The very next day, though, Thursday, now the 11th of November, another woman was reported missing. Odd, you know, in a place here where this kind of shit, people don't go missing around here. But what was even odder was that this was Tina's neighbor and good friend, Stephanie Sprang.
Damn.
Stephanie was 41 years old, had 3 children, and was a native of Mount Vernon. And she was last known to be popping into Tina's the day before. See, Tina was planning on moving, and Stephanie was helping her find a place. Tina's children, Sarah and Cody, they had also missed school on Thursday. So then what happened that Wednesday? Tina's manager from Dairy Queen, who had originally reported the disappearance, she went back. She decided to visit Tina's house herself, and she let herself in. And then she called the police again.
I called in last night about Tina Herman being missing.
Mm-hmm.
I am out at her house now. There is blood everywhere.
It was not pretty. Whatever happened right inside the door, and it had been bad. Following the trail, the bodies had been dragged then into the bedrooms and, well, a lot more blood. But despite all this, no bodies were found in the house or outside. Wherever they went elsewhere. The bathtub also was covered in blood and had been used for, well, what you see in The Sopranos they used the bathtub for. So, 4 people missing, 2 women, 2 children, and a very gruesome scene left behind. Some clearly must have been just butchered.
See, this what fucking frustrate me, bro. The police came yesterday and they just left like, oh, there's nobody home. They just knocked on the door and just left, oh, ain't nobody home. I understand that this shit, like, they can't just go off in the house without a warrant or without probable cause, but it's like, damn, bro, like, they should be able to do more, man. It should be more done, man. Like, these people, you got 2 kids, the daughter and son, plus the mama missing. Ain't nobody answering the phone. Ain't nobody opening the door. Hey, she ain't go to work. The lady, the manager told you this very uncharacteristic of her not to show up at work. It's like the police need to be more active in this shit, man. I don't fucking know, bro. That's just my opinion, bro. Let's go, Mike. Let's fucking go.
And perhaps others kidnapped. As to clues in the house about what could have happened, well, some of the stains were right by the door, so as soon as whoever came in, they were attacked. Groceries were in the kitchen, but not put away. Again, we can assume that they were attacked not long after entering. We can probably say those were left by Tina, and the receipt showed they had been bought around 12 p.m. So Tina, that morning, she'd been out and about, doing some errands, and came home with a few bits and bobs, brought the bags into the kitchen, and before she could put them away, she was attacked. Then Stephanie, she was due to pop over then early that afternoon, and so we can assume due to the due to the scene. She came over to help her friend, and instead there was someone there. And then the two children came home from school.
Damn.
Another clue was that the garage door was off, so perhaps someone entered via that. In the garage was more blood, and Tina's truck was missing. The killer may have put everyone in her vehicle, and off they went. But at least they knew they were searching for something, and they had something in particular, so, the usual bolo, be on the lookout, went out. Finally, the last clue was a Walmart bag. It had tarps in it. No receipt, but you don't necessarily need one to track down where and when it was purchased and get CCTV. The police did their due diligence. Neighbors questioned if they saw anything. Her soon-to-be ex-boyfriend interviewed. Nada. Greg, who would be, the most likely suspect, he also just, so happened to be out of the house when this all happened. But his alibis checked out. He was in work. No chance he hadn't been. On Thursday, Tina's car, it was found, discovered 7 miles from her home on a lonely road. No bodies were inside. In fact, it was, in comparison to the house, remarkably clean. So then, due to that, the police suspected there must have been a second vehicle that they were transported to. The Walmart items were tracked down. They dogged them. And those items had been purchased around Wednesday night, Thursday morning at the local store. This gave them footage of the purchaser, and it was just a dude. Regular bloke. Scary shit. Like, he was very chill about buying this shit. Sure, will I buy this? Ah, yeah, go on, be a fool, not to. From the footage, they could see his car. Didn't get a plate, but it was a Toyota Yaris. And so they well went from A to Z on all Toyota Yarises in Knox County, and an image of who owned them. Then comparing that, with the guy in the CCTV footage, it led them to this. Ladies and gentlemen, we got him. The boyo's name was Matt Hoffman. Sorry, Matthew Hoffman. A quick search of any history was done and dug up. Matthew was 30 years old, a local. His parents had a house on Apple Valley Lake. He had spent time in prison, 6 years in Colorado in 2001 for arson and burglary. Seems this guy had sticky little fingers and was a bit of a firebug too. He had a history of burglaries. Notably, as he worked as a handyman, he could gain access to houses pretty easily. In 2000, when he was 20 years old, in Steamboat Springs, Colorado, he robbed a house, set it on fire to cover up the robbery as he was worried his fingerprints would be detected, and then drove off in a stolen car. The fire spread and destroyed multiple houses, causing over $2 million in damages.
God damn.
He now lived in Ohio, working as a tree trimmer. He was an odd man. His favorite meal was the squirrels he found in his garden. He was well known as the local weirdo. He had been dating a woman, but that ended in 2010. He eventually lost his job too as a tree trimmer due to being kind of unreliable. And well, for old Matthew Hoffman, reality, it kind of became a distant memory. Unfortunately for everyone else, this was very real.
Where we going with this? Where we going?
On Monday, the 15th, the police got a search warrant for his home at 49 Columbus Road in Mount Vernon. When I say search warrant, I mean SWAT kicked in the friggin' door. A door to a house of horrors.
Where we going?
They struck at dawn and were first greeted by leaves, of all things. Leaves inside the house. Bags upon...
Leaves in the house? I said, okay, leaves in the house. That's where we going. We're going to leaves in the house.
Bags of leaves, leaves covering the floor, feet high. And Matthew, sitting on his couch, slack-jawed. He was booked immediately, and the house of leaves was searched. The leaves were so thick, anything could be underneath them. Searching the house, the upstairs, they found nothing. No sign of the missing four. Until they got to the basement, that is. More leaves, more bags, and on a bed made of leaves, they found 13-year-old Sarah Maynard. She was okay, she was alive and relatively unharmed.
Oh,
None of the
shit.
others, though, were found. The leaves were weird as shit, and spooky,
She alive?
but not as frightening as what happened on the 10th of November. That morning, he snuck into the Herman home while everyone was out. He was likely watching it for some time. It was remote enough. In fact, this story, it has a lot of similarities to the Jamie Kloss case in that I think Sarah may have been his target. Everyone else was kind of just in the way. So he entered.
Can I get back to the lead shit for a second, bros? And my ladies. Can I just get back to that, bro? Bruh, how the hell you even get leaves in your house, nigga? You just outside just raking them hoes up and throwing them hoes in the house? Like, what the fuck, bro? That's crazy. But it's also crazy that the little girl was alive, man. But what her brother at? And what them two ladies at, man? What them two ladies at, Mike? Let's see.
The house via the garage door, and when Tina came home from grocery shopping, she was attacked. Then Stephanie came over and she too was attacked as she entered the house where a still waiting Matthew lay. The family dog, a small little thing, that was in the house too, and he killed the dog too. Then that afternoon the kids entered the house not knowing, not aware that a crazy psychopath was waiting for them. As soon as they entered, he sprinted at them. Cody was attacked, and Sarah managed to run to her room. He kicked down the door and tied her up and blindfolded her. He then drove and switched cars and came home. He handcuffed Sarah to a pipe in the basement, only giving her cereal with rotten milk. This all came from Sarah in the hospital. Matthew, he was not in too much of a conversational mood. He didn't really say word one.
Hey, Matt. I'm Roger Brown. I'm a detective here at the sheriff's office. Okay? Okay, you want to take your hat and stuff off? Coat? Alright with you? If I take them cuffs off and put them in the front, is that going to be a problem? Okay. Alright, let's do that then.
Alright, Matt, go ahead and stand up here for me. Alright. You guys have to turn around here and just face the wall for me.
Okay? You kind of understand what's going on here, Matt? That's it. We can explain all this to you if you want to talk to me, okay? I think you know what we want to talk about, but we need to find some people. Matt, can you hear me? The only reason that I don't know where Tina, Stephanie, and Cody are is because we had to spend a lot of time at the scene. Okay? We will know. We will find them. And if it's going to come to it that it's not with your help, then so be it. But I'm going to be the first guy to tell the jury that. I guarantee you. That I sat in an interview room with this guy, and all he wanted to do is close his eyes and blink them until I walk out of the room. And then he opens his eyes and gets his drink of water. Now, am I a prudent person? What kind of person do I think that is? Well, one of two things. Either you're getting your composure together, you're thinking things out, thinking what to tell us, or you don't give a shit about anybody.
Exactly, he don't give a
There's
fuck.
about 12 hours of it, and he says absolutely nothing. He does, however, sign something.
You know, other people, there's family members out there of other people, and all they want is closure. That's all they want. They've been up for days like you and I have, you know? Heart hurts. I don't. I don't understand sign language, man.
Oh, now you can't talk.
Is that your heart? You're saying heart? Broken. Your heart's broken?
Man,
Because of what happened? No? Someone broke your heart?
And they had no idea where Tina, Stephanie, and Cody were. He wouldn't say anything. In fact, until the prosecutors said, "We will remove the death penalty if you tell us where Tina, Stephanie, and Cody are," well, he agreed. Agreed on...
See that shit? These motherfuckers kill people, but when they gotta face that death penalty, they be scared as fuck. But he'll talk if they take the death penalty away. That shit, that shit just be crazy, bro. These people, man, these crazy motherfuckers, they be crazy, but they still have a little brain in their head to see that they don't want to die. They scared to die, but you just taking innocent lives away. But then when it's your time to get your shit, to take that shit like you supposed to take it, you scared. You don't want that. But as soon as they say they take it off the table, now you ready to talk. Get the fuck out of here, bro. I be hating that shit, man. Let's get back, Mike. Where we at?
Condition that the police shoot him in a faked escape attempt. Here, lads, would you mind just killing me and then say I tried to make a run for it? The only thing the police shot was that down. They said, how about no? He stopped talking for about 2 more days until he finally relented. Matthew would claim that it was a burglary gone wrong, that old one, and that he never meant to kill anyone. He just did, horrifically, as an accident. He tripped, fell, and somehow butchered them. He'd just been there to rob the house. He said that he'd been in the house and Tina came home, and he was surprised. So he tried to knock her out with a blackjack he had. He hit her and hit her and hit her. She wasn't getting knocked out, he failed, and then panicked when Stephanie came home. So he killed them both. And then the kids came home, and the whole situation kind of escalated into what happened. He said,
Bullshit. That's what he said.
Dendrophilia is a sexual condition, I guess, where you get hard for trees. Literally, it means love of trees. Yeah, you find them hot, dude. Smoke shows. What? Bang that bark. Get your roots in the roots. Make like a tree and make out with a tree. That was Matthew Hoffman. Hence the leaves in his house. They were everywhere, and it would have taken some time to get him. Some time I'm sure he enjoyed. Neighbors said they saw him climbing the trees in his garden all the time, having some crack. And so, when he finally told the police where the bodies were, it made sense. But it was still as surprising as it was horrifying. The Cuckasing Wildlife Area lies about 15 minutes north of Mount Vernon. It's a little place for camping, fishing, and hunting some smaller game. And lots of trees.
Hell no, I know he ain't.
Matthew directed them to one in particular, a hollowed out tree. Inside that 60-foot tall tree were the tree bodies. They had been dismembered and stuffed inside.
Lord have mercy, bro. Are you fucking shitting me?
The tree was hollowed to a point, and how he did it is speculation because we found the location, we took them out with, part of the reason we took them out the way that we did, and we cut the part of the tree away, is our priority to not only to recover them, but to recover them with sensitivity and with dignity for the victims and for the victims' families.
Yeah.
Matthew Hoffman pleaded guilty to the 10 counts against him, including aggravated murder, sexual assault, kidnapping, and gross abuse of a corpse.
At this time, it is my understanding Mr. Hoffman is prepared to enter a plea of guilty to all counts.
Mr. Hoffman, do you understand everything that's been said here today?
Yes.
It's been indicated to me it's your desire at this time to enter a guilty plea to counts 1 and counts 2 of the indictment, charges of aggravated murder and unclassified felony. Is that a correct statement? It's also been indicated to me it's your desire to enter a guilty.
Yes. Yes.
And is
Yes. Yes. Mr. Hoffman has asked me to
Nigga
make a
saying
brief
yes to
statement.
everything.
That is simply, the family deserves to know this was a random burglary that went terribly, terribly wrong. No one person, no family was singled out. It's tragic. Can't undo what is done. Apologize.
And was sentenced to life in prison with no chance of parole. He told the police that when he had kidnapped Sarah, they played video games and watched movies together. Didn't look like it when they found her. And he didn't have a great time in prison either.
I asked about how her son is adjusting to prison life. She said he's had some difficulty, experiences mild forms of panic attacks, and to this day has never spoken a word about the murders. Hoffman has been serving time at the Allen Oakwood Correctional Facility in Lima for the last 11 months. 10 TV was granted access to his records. In March of 2011, he broke a glass shelf and was charged with disobedience, destroying property, and creating a disturbance, resulting in 7 days segregation. He's also had minor conduct reports for being out of place, a visiting violation, and refusing an educational test. Hoffman remains in protective custody, requires close supervision, and is considered a level 3 inmate.
Fuck all that. This motherfucker need to be dead, bro. I'm all for that death penalty shit. Fuck that shit. His ass took them women lives and them kid lives. Bitch, your ass shouldn't be living. Fuck that. Fuck that. Fuck that. I'm sorry, shit be getting me mad, y'all. Excuse me. Let's get back to it.
Insane story. Very disturbing. Matthew Hoffman was obsessed with leaves, obsessed with trees, and ultimately obsessed with murder and death. His house, come on, an absolute madman's. He scribbled on the walls, just did lots of weird shit, there was leaves everywhere. In his freezer, only popsicles, and dead squirrels. This guy is like something out of a movie or TV show, like come on, seriously, how is this real life? He's like one of the villains in Hannibal. But thankfully Sarah was saved. Tragic by the others. Scary story. At least Matthew is where he belongs. Behind bars. Good luck finding trees there, dickhead.
Good luck finding trees.
Thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate taking the time to, get to the end of the video and watch it. And I hope you found it interesting and all that scale. Right here. Go on. I'll see you as always real soon in the next one. You know it. Until then, though, please, really, take care of yourselves. Because I love you.
Take care of y'all self, man. Take care of y'all fucking self, cause you see some crazy son bitches out here, man. Motherfuckers raking leaves inside the house. Like, I'm stuck on that leave shit, but I'm stuck on the whole case, man. Like, dude was just out of his mind. Like, there's a lot of people out here out they fucking mind, bro. Y'all better, I ain't gonna even finish the sentence. Y'all gonna have to finish that one, man. But that was a reaction video too, man. That was crazy ass case, man. Man, shit just be stupid, man. Shit just be stupid. But the thing that be killing me is how these motherfuckers be killing everybody, but then they be scared to fake the death penalty. They rather go live the rest of their life in prison before they have to die fast or quick, or you know what I'm saying? They want to try to still live out the rest of their life. Fuck that. Go on, get their death penalty. Go on, evaporate their ass, get rid of them. For real, that's how I feel, man. That's just how I feel. But y'all, for real, hope y'all enjoyed that one. I'll be back next Sunday, man. Ain't no telling what we're gonna watch next. That boy Mike from that chapter, that's my guy, man. But we're gonna fuck with it. We'll be back. And before I get up out this bitch, I got to say one motherfucking thing. The BeaNeoS, baby!